Hello guys, it's Dale Walker back in the dyno room. Had my liquid radiation last Wednesday, so today is day 5. So it, it was pretty bad. Finally feeling a little better. Anyway, so my ECU showed back up. You saw my last video. Wheel Dyno Works. Nate flashed the ECU for this, and we had some very rich areas. Still made pretty good power gains. But it's pretty rich for about 800 RPM through somewhere between 6 to 7,000 or so. So, got it back, just put it on, got some new cameras set up, doing the best I can. So we're going to go ahead and dyno it today, and let's see if it cleaned up the air fuel. I don't think it can be perfect, because without having the Woolrich program here, tuning it right here in my room, I don't think you can get it perfect. But I did send him the data chart, shows 100 RPM increments where it was rich, and Nate's pretty good. He's been working on it a long time, so I think he can clean that up, and we're going to find out, and we'll see how it does. So I'm going to put some heat in it, do a few pulls, Try not to make the video, an hour long. Hopefully it'll be about 20 minutes by the time we get done. And then after we're done, I'll rearrange the cameras and show you the charts on my monitor. So anyway, so let's get started. All right, guys, just to recap, I've done some pulls. We finally got the room heated up now. Just made some pretty good numbers. A recap on the bike, it's got the full Black Widow header with the race core in it, no baffle in it yet. We're going to try that after a while. And then it's got the DNA air filter kit. So the DNA filter with the open rim that holds the rim on the outside that holds the filter in, but totally open top. Okay, and then Nate's Wheel Dyno Works flash, and it was rich, and he cleaned it up. And let me show you that real quick. Okay guys, well, we broke 80 horsepower. It's gonna probably make 81, no more than it did. But we really cleaned it up. So yeah, he did pretty good. There's the hump down there, but that's when you're laying into the throttle and it kind of is bogging down, recovering. I'm in 5th gear, about 2,500 when I roll the throttle full. All the pulls are in 5th. And now we're right on the money on pretty close to 13 to 1, maybe a hair more. 4 to 5 grand, 6 grand, and then it's still got that little rich area, but it's not near as bad. Okay, the red line is 13 to 1. The next full line down is 12 to 1, so we're about 12.8 through there. Can live with that. And now it's up around 13 to 1, 12.9 the rest of the pull. So that's acceptable, a hell of a lot better than it was. So we'll look at all the runs when I completely get done and satisfied, but I just wanted to show you a quickie here. Okay guys, well we just did pretty good. So I'm going to sit over here. I moved the camera. It's better on my small monitor, I think. Anyway, so here is with the flash like it was. It made about the same power and torque, but we cleaned up the air fuel. And in this area right here from 6, it's still a little rich right here. I'll show it to you. Then we'll look at the data log too. But right in this little area from 6 to 8 or so, it cleaned up that a lot. It's probably about 12.7, 12.5, 7, 6. But I'll show you that in a second. But 48 right here, this run here, let me put it up here. 48 is the blue run. That's the best run we got last time, running it all day, getting the best out of it. 81.16, 59.07. Remember, these are just peak numbers, okay? We just made 81.83 and 59.63. Still beat it at peak out here. But where you got to look at, the blue line is before, when it had the rich spot. Okay, he cleaned it up down here between 3 and 4. So there's about, this is your horsepower. It's about 1 horsepower. Then it just overlays. It was good in that area. 5 grand, it's better, about 1 horsepower. And then up here where it started to get rich, between 6 to 7,500. Look at that right there. We cleaned that all up. This was down in the high 11s in the air fuel. And I think now we're going to see about a 12.6 or so through here. It's still a little rich. I wish it was up about 13.2. But hey, that's good enough. It's not going to be sitting up the motor. We gained about 1.5 horsepower, about 2 horsepower through this area, and that's what I expected. Then up here, it's a little cleaner at 9 grand. It's about 1 horsepower, and then it starts falling off, you know, because that's all the power it's going to make, and it's even. Torque, same thing. We gained some decent amount of torque from 3 to 4 grand. Come across here, and then it holds the torque. It's not a ton, about 1.5 foot-pounds of torque. But again, all in the area where it was real rich. Okay? So now, let's compare. I'll put the air fuel on. Let me make sure you can see that. Yep, you can see it. Okay. Starting about 2,500, laying to the throttle. This is kind of normal when you whack it open, even though you're rolling it, it's smooth. I'm in 5th gear, it has to recover, then it immediately comes right up. This is 13 to 1, so that's probably 13.2. That's good. Then under here, this is the blue line. This is the old tune before I sent it back. See, it's a little fat right here, about 12.8. That's fine. And then immediately about 6,400 to 5 starts getting rich. Then it was really rich. There's a lot of 11s right here for about 600 RPM. Well, Nate just took a stab at it with his best knowledge he has. He got it pretty close. So here now we're only probably about 12.7, 12.6 or so, because 13 is the red line, dotted line. This whole bottom line here, this one is 12 to 1. See over here? So then it comes up real nice, 13 to 1, maybe 12.9, all the way to hit the limiter at like about 9,900. I think that's what he got it set at. So happy with that. I would like to have that maybe 13.2 or 3 just to see what it would do, but it's darn close. And thank you, Nate. You did a good job fixing it. Happy with that. So now let's go back to get rid of the air fuel. Let's take away 48. Okay. And then let's go and put the best pull of the bike bone stock. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm still not here, guys. I'm my 5th day in after liquid radiation, so hang with me. But look at the huge gains down here, man. We've gained a lot of torque. Tons. This is like by 4,000 RPM. 5, 10. Yeah, we're making about 7 foot-pounds of torque at 4 grand. That's about 10 foot-pounds of torque at 5 grand. Then you come up here right at this is 6,000 RPM. That's about 8, 9 foot-pounds of torque, maybe 10. And then it pretty much holds it all the way. Where this before here would have a dip in it. And look at the horsepower number. We just beat it everywhere. It just takes off and just climbs so smooth. And then between 6 and 7, we gain that big gain from 6 to about 7,800 right here. So right here about 6,100, that's about 11 or 12 horsepower right there. And then it holds at about 8 to 9 all through here. We got about 8, 9, 10 horsepower. And then up here at peak around 9 grand, that's about 12 horsepower gain. Over here, these are each 5, so 65, 75, 65, 70, 75. And that's, yeah, that's probably around 11 to 12 ponies right there. And then it holds it all the way out till it hits the relimiter. So, great job. Huge gains. Now it's not going to run rich out on the street, set up the plugs or anything like that, because I ride from 4,000 to 8,000 feet here. Okay, so I didn't want it like that, and I knew we could gain some areas in the spot, and we sure did. All right, guys. Well, we got the pulls out of the way. Now we're going to mess with the DB killer. I've got a little slag in here. Anyway, the Dominator slip-on the Hornet, this was just a straight tube with no holes, through hole in the back. This thing is absolutely gorgeous, this Black Widow DB killer. Okay, all pre-drilled. The exhaust is going to come in, it's going to escape through the holes, but I had to put a hole in it anyway for my brass air fuel tube that shoves down, clear down in the pipe to about here. So I went up to 3/4 inch, okay, and it's going to be a little louder, of course, than without the hole, but that way I don't have to fight it. And that's what I've done. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the weld on that thing. Every part of this is beautiful. Okay, let me get it installed. I got to get my exhaust tube back on for the fan. And let's get making some pulls and see how bad this hurts it. I think it's going to be pretty good. It might lose a couple horsepower. Who knows? Let's find out. DB killer's in. I did one session, but we took a long lunch break. It still did pretty good. It made 79, 59 foot-pounds on one run. So we're doing pretty good. Let's do another session right now. I'll go ahead and film it for you. Alright guys, here's the results. I had to play with it a little while to get the room just right. Took a lunch break, get the temp up where it was real happy with the DB killer, and we did darn good. So it did make it go rich in that spot again, but not near as bad. like I say, we're kind of stuck because theoretically I wish this thing would be between 13 and 13.5 because it went a little fat with the DB killer. But I'll show you all that. But look what we did. So 66 is the best pull without a DB killer, very best, 81.83, and torque 59.63. This is just peak numbers. And then 81 right now is the best pull with the DB killer, 81.06 and 59.36. We're almost right on the money power-wise. It hurt it right here between, that's only between 3 and 4,000 RPM. That's about a couple horsepower, okay? But how often are you getting on it between 3 and 4? Not often, okay? It catches up right away. This is about 4,200, and then it's even. That's the torque number. And look at the torque curve, right on the money. Excuse me, that was torque. Horsepower, we're within a horsepower. This is the horsepower line. Messed up, sorry. Torque, it's because it's under a load, and that's where it's still restricted with the DB killer in it. But this is a damn good DB killer, especially with the 3/4 inch hole I put in the front. If you buy one of these, just go ahead and do it. Yeah, we're only 1 horsepower off right here. Then by 4,200, it's even. You know, what's that, a half a horsepower, quarter of a horsepower? Then look at it overlay, okay? Right here, there's a little blip where it beat it, 1/10 of a horsepower. You can't even count these blips. It's almost exact overlay. So that is really cool. But now let me show you the air fuel. And see the air fuel here? So keep in mind, 66 is the blue line, which is this top one. It's a little leaner here. It's not bad here with the green. It's still at 13. Then we get over here where it was rich before, starting at 6. And because it's more restrictive, that would have to be tuned out. It's not near as bad as it was. That's still 12.3 or 4 or 2. The blue line is without the DB killer, and it's just a hair under 13. So I wish this bike without it was between 13 and 13.5, but I'm not sending it back again. This is still not going to sit the motor up. It's still not, it was way down in this area. You know, 11.3, 11.5, 11.2 from about here to about here, about 700 RPM. So that's fantastic. So now, one more time, we will, let's go back to the regular graph. Let's get rid of 81. I already showed you that. Excuse me. Let's get rid of 66. I showed you that earlier. And let's go ahead and compare the very best stock pull. It's number 4. And see, still huge gains. You can't, I mean, this thing's still going to haul ass compared to a stock. Look, here's the green line just now. This, with the green line is the DB killer. Here's stock. So you're still talking tons of power gain, and still at least 10, 11 up in this spot here, wide open, and down in here, huge gains. So all in all, really good. Yeah, so right in here is just a little bit richer. I showed you that before, but I'll show you real quick because I don't want this video to be too long, which it already is. Yeah, see, this is without the DB killer right here, and it's like 12.8, 12.9. This is about 12.3, 12.4, 12.5. Anyway, that's that. I wanted to show you that. Well, guys, that's about it. And I'm dragging right now, man. This is, I need a couple more days to heal. Anyway, I'm happy with it. Did really good. Again, I want to thank Nate for cleaning it up. Like I said, I wish it was 13 to 13.5 because then it would still be better for the DB killer, but it's not bad. We got so close. I'm really impressed with the DB killer. So this concludes this video. Next video, I will get the bike all put together. I'm going to do a couple cosmetic things, a little windscreen, radiator guard. I'm going to order some Evotech, I think, 30mm risers for the bars. Not back, just up a little bit. And odds and ends. But anyway, I want to thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. And comment below. Just say hi. Let me know how you like it. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on the next video. God bless.